Hey everyone, welcome back to Insider Guides, where we help international students who want to live and study in Australia. This video is for those international students who want to get a job here. Okay, so tip 1. As an international student, you are allowed to work in Australia up to 40 hours per fortnight, which is 2 weeks or 14 days. You're also allowed to work unlimited hours when your classes are not in session. Now, it's really important you don't break these terms because, when I say that, I mean it's really important that you don't work more than that, because if you do, you break the terms of your student visa and that can result in a whole bunch of issues. Okay, so tip 2, use the right tools. A lot of international students who come to Australia go on seek.com to try and find a job. It's a really popular website and it's great, it's huge. But there are other websites out there that are great too, and are probably more targeted for international students and students in general, such as Spot Jobs and OneShift. I highly recommend going to your university jobs board and also places like Gumtree to have a look for jobs as well. Facebook groups as well are a really good one as well. In Australia, first impressions matter, and one of the best ways to make a good impression is to have a fantastic cover letter. Keep it short, keep it concise. This is the first time your potential employer will get a sense of who you really are. Okay, so when you're doing your resume, here's a few little tips. First of all, with the skills, just focus on the skills that really relate to the job that you're going for. You can still talk about other skills, but really your employer or your potential employer are really looking for the skills that align with the job that you're going for, and it's really important that you list them out. Secondly, experience. So when you're talking about experience, start from the most recent experience and go down from there. Make sure you list out all your achievements too. You might be thinking, oh, I don't have experience and I want to go for this coffee shop job. Look, that's not a huge deal. List out all the experience you do have, such as any customer service experience or any volunteering experience, things like that. It all helps. So availability, this is a really important one, because if you apply for a job that you are unable to do, you're really just gonna get on the nerves of your potential employer. If they give you an interview and you come on in and then they find out that you can't work Friday nights in the bar or something like that, it's really important that you list that out in the resume, and that way you've got a better chance of getting that job. A couple more tips. Don't send the same resume to heaps of different companies. Try and customize them a little bit. Also, when you are sending resumes out via email, make sure they're in PDF format and not in Word document format. I've seen some really weird resumes come to my desk that have been formatted in all sorts of crazy ways, and it would have all been saved if they sent me a PDF. If you do need help with your resume, we have a little template on our website that can really help you. I'll put the link in the description below. Step 5, follow up. A lot of international students don't do this, but I think it's really important if you want to get a job in Australia. I run a little company and I have to go through heaps of resumes, and the person who calls me up and says, hey, have you seen my resume? What do you think? And wants to have a bit more of a conversation, immediately they become front of mind for me. And I almost always give them an interview when they do that. So it's a really good tip. I highly recommend it. All right, so you got an interview. Well done. The main thing here is to talk positively about your experience and professionally as well. You want to come across really well. They're probably going to ask a bunch of questions that relate to experiences that you've had in previous jobs that are going to relate to that job. Things like, tell me about a situation where a customer was unhappy and you had to resolve that situation. It's really important that you are able to explain it and show what you did, what was the result, and what was the sort of feedback at the end of it. If you're able to articulate those sorts of situations really well, you'll be above everyone else in the interview who's probably going to struggle in that question. All right, so getting a job in Australia is pretty competitive, but with the tips I've just given you, you'll be one of the top candidates, I'm sure of it. Thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to hit subscribe and share this video with your friends, and we can help other international students find work. Thank you.